to be here, and thank you for the invitation and for the opportunity to contribute and tell you today a little bit about the micro-credentials project that we have here in Maynooth. And just this will be a brief whistle-stop tour, and what I'd like to do is to give you a brief introduction to what micro-credentials are and who they are primarily aimed for, and just a little bit about the approach that the university is taking to partnering with external partners for designing and developing micro-credentials. So you're very, very welcome. My name is Susanna Zarka. I'm the micro-credentials project lead here at Maynooth University. So this project, just to give you a little background, so this is a human capital initiative funded project, and Maynooth University is one of 7 project partner universities on an IUA, Irish Universities Association-led project. The project is called IUA Microcred. So Maynooth University is one of the project partners, and the 6 other universities are the actual founding members of the Irish Universities Association. So this project is going to be running until the end of March in 2025. So we're about halfway through it. And basically what the project is aiming to do is to develop a national framework for micro-credentials in Ireland, the national approach to it. And as part of it, we're also working on a national and like a local university approach to engaging with external partners and enterprise for developing micro-credentials. And also each of the partner universities are all developing their own suite of micro-credentials as part of this project. So at this point, you're probably wondering, well, tell me more, what exactly are micro-credentials? So micro-credentials are basically short bursts of bite-sized accredited learning. So one of the key points here is that they're accredited and quality assured. So that distinguishes them from other types of short training that may or may not be accredited or just basically from duration or anything like that. So basically a key differentiator here is that these are accredited by each of the universities, and they enjoy and are part of the university's quality assurance structures and the rigor of a university offering. So basically they're short bursts of learning, which means that our current range of micro-credentials in terms of length range from like a really intensive 3-day workshop to up to about a 12 weeks length in time. And we do have, say, intensive summer schools that are 2 weeks in duration. We have 6 weeks courses. So we have a little bit of everything in between. The way micro-credentials are approved currently at Maynooth University, they are on level 8 or level 9 on the National Framework of Qualifications, which means that they're postgraduate offerings essentially. In terms of ECTS credit bandwidth, what we're currently working with is 5 to 15 credits in length. So these are not formal awards per se, but learners here earn credits and a certificate of completion from Maynooth University. Micro-credentials, and that's another key point that I'd like to make here, is that they're very much industry-focused and skills-focused in terms of how we are constructing them, how we are designing and developing them. They're very much aimed at being responsive to current and future skills needs. So they're very oriented towards a practical and applicable learning that the learner can then take with them and apply in their current or future professional settings. In terms of how we deliver them, they are flexible and part-time, and we have various modes of learning available. As you can see on the screen, both online and blended. The blended one tends to be the overwhelmingly popular and favorite approach. They are also led by our academic experts, so that also ties to the quality assurance piece that I mentioned. So who exactly are micro-credentials for? Who is our target audience, really? So because it's really focused around upskilling or reskilling, they're really aimed at professionals who are looking to either pivot their career in a completely different direction, or they're looking to upskill or reskill to make sure that they can stay up to speed with developments in their industry. Or they're looking for a promotion perhaps, and they would like to showcase it to their employers that they have completed courses or training that actually showcases that they are progressive and up to date with developments in their industry. They're also aimed at prospective employees who are looking to re-enter the labor market. So it's actually provides that professional learning piece. The other component here is really the companies and organizations who are looking to enhance their skills capital for their employees. Basically, and then the key driver from their perspective is to be able to attract and then nurture and retain top talent for the company. So this is a key driver from their perspective. We are also mindful of there is a sizable and growing group of people who, and also companies and organizations, of course, as well, who recognize that lifelong learning and skills development is really key to growth and progress. So it's a wide range and group of people who actually we are aiming micro-credentials for. So tell you a little bit about our approach to designing and developing micro-credentials. So in our approach and in our perspective, micro-credentials offer us as a university a really special avenue to deepen and develop partnerships for the university and for the individual departments as well, of course. From the perspective of external partners, be that whether they enterprises or public sector bodies, but specifically perhaps more so for enterprises, attractive learning and development packages and to be able to showcase to employees that they do have career progression pathways are really important to be able to retain talent, as I mentioned, but also perhaps even more so for smaller, medium enterprises to be able to compete for talent with larger multinational companies. So this is an interesting development that we do see with micro-credentials. And in terms of our approach, there's of course a lot of national and regional reports on where skills gaps are. There are a number of identified areas in various spheres and across different industries. So that's an important source of information, of course. And micro-credentials, through our approach to working closely and co-designing and co-delivering, developing, and if the partner wishes, co-deliver with us a micro-credential, offers us a way to make sure that what we're developing are really flexible, agile, and appropriate solutions for plugging these and bridging these skills gaps. So in that perspective, our approach, including the external partners' insights and feedback from the design and development phase over into the delivery phase, ensures a really important feedback loop, and it's an indicator towards the prospective learners as well, of course, that the learning and the skills and competencies that they're developing as part of the course would be highly valuable and relevant to their current or future profession. So it's an important mechanism to also showcase for the university and for prospective learners that micro-credentials are really responsive to needs, and they would be a quality learning opportunity. In terms of how we can tailor micro-credentials, and this is something that we do see as a growing interest from companies and external organizations, is that they're really approaching us to ask for group delivery for specifically tailored to their company or their industry to see and make sure that the learning that their employees are undertaking with Maynooth University is really tailored to that particular company's needs and interests, and also to make sure that the learning and the skills and competencies they acquire throughout the micro-credential will be something that's really practical, and then the employees can then embed into the company's learning and working culture afterwards. So this provides us with an even enhanced, even more practical based and even more enhanced opportunity to tailor it to organizational needs. Given the Innovation Value Institute's specific focus on the digital as a research area, I thought I'd give you just a specific example to a micro-credential from our growing portfolio and suite of offerings. So this particular micro-credential called digital transformation is something that the Innovation Value Institute designed and is delivering for learners. And I'm sure many of the listeners, both in the room and online, are very much aware that the IVI, the Innovation Value Institute, is Maynooth University's hub for digital transformation and innovation research. So the particular micro-credential is really focused around their areas of expertise. And what the learners can take away and learn throughout the micro-credential is really the practical skills and competencies that they need to then, following the learning experience, that they can actually undertake and successfully lead digital transformation programs at their individual companies. And particularly because the practical skills piece is the real emphasis, the way the course is structured is that they do have online during the week evening elements, but there is, of course, an in-person, pragmatic, hands-on activities part of the program. And this part tends to be the overwhelming favorite for learners across all of our micro-credentials. They really do enjoy the practical piece, but also the coming together and being able to be on campus and just actually network with each other as well. And I think particularly because we're talking about skills development and practical skills, really, it's the in-person element that really provides that embedding of the skills more so than the online component. The online component provides the knowledge, but the embedding of the skills really happens throughout the practical piece. So if you'd like further information, I just popped the link there. And I actually wanted to show you as a kind of finish off a video that we did. And I'm sure many of you recognize Marcus on the screen. I'm just going to click on this and let's hope that it actually sound and everything will be working. So let's see.
Yeah.
No.
Don't think we have sound this side, Susanna.
Sorry, the sound isn't working.
Not for us, no, it's not coming through.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I can share my slides afterwards, and then you will be able to listen to the short video. It's also available on the university's YouTube channel, but I will share my slides, and you will be able to find it and access it. Oh, I'm really sorry that this didn't work. Okay. Oh, I'm not sure how I move on. Okay. Yeah, so unfortunately the video didn't work, but what the video will actually tell you is and then you will see once you have an opportunity to listen to it as well, is a perspective from Marcus, offering details about how this approach and working together with enterprise works, and what is it that enterprises and of course like public sector organizations as well would be possibly looking for when collaborating with us, and what is it that their major takeaways and benefits are from working with us on micro-credentials. And then you will see me towards the end of the video as well, providing some additional details, but you will be able to check it out on either through the university's YouTube channel or through the slides when you will get them. And just to finish off, I just wanted to share you with our availabilities, because I'm hoping that some of you may be interested in developing micro-credentials or considering whether this may be a fit for what you have in mind. And this may very well be something that could be really helpful for you or for your department if you're looking to develop and deepen partnerships with external partners of any shape or form, really. So I thought I'd just stop here and give you an opportunity to provide some feedback and ask any questions if you have any. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Susanna. That was an excellent presentation. Thank you so much. Yeah, I will open the floor here in the room and online for any questions.
Stop share, full share. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Pat.
Hi.
Hello. Hi. Yeah, thanks for the presentation. We have a chat later about it. Now, I just had one question about, is it possible to embed a micro-credential module into an MSc? Because obviously, no, it suits well together. Is it something that people have done? Yeah.
Absolutely, and this is one of the and yes, I didn't mention that, but it is possible that micro-credential can be a standalone piece, that perhaps the learner wants to complete just one micro-credential and then they're happy and they're finished the learning journey with us. But what micro-credentials can also do is exactly what you're saying, that they could actually provide a taster for further study with the university. And in fact, we do have a number of examples to that, when somebody completed a micro-credential with us and then they went on to study further with the university. And this may be a similar area, or it could be something totally different. But what's also possible is what you're asking is absolutely that if somebody if say the School of Business has a micro-credential and then somebody completes that, say it's a 10-credit micro-credential, level 9 perhaps, and then they complete that course, the completion could actually serve either as a proof for having the academic entry requirements for the master's, but if the master's program has a module that has very similar content to the 10-credit micro-credential, then the learner can actually get like a credit exemption for it as well. Say that instead of 90 credits, then they would be completing 80 as part of it. So indeed, it could be a pathway into further study for sure.
Yeah, no, actually, my question was if an MSc can have one micro-credential module as part of the MSc. So we could have basically said, just to say, you know, to ensure there is a cohort starting, you know, so you can start. I mean, you could, I don't know if it's possible, envisage an MSc program, and one of the modules is actually a micro-credential open to other people as well, including the MSc students. So, you know, basically you have already a schedule and you have already something that you can start with the MSc. So that's, I don't know if you have already seen that within the other micro-credentials.
We will have one or two coming up with a similar arrangement that they haven't run yet, but they'll be forthcoming micro-credentials, but they'll be similar in this sense, indeed, that the class. And it will be a very interesting thing to see from the pedagogical point of view in terms of how it looks like when a module is actually available as a micro-credential and as part of an MSc program as well, because it will allow for a shared classroom with different perspectives, micro-credential learners and master's students. And it would be really interesting to see. So in terms of, to answer your question, really, it is possible, We will be seeing a number of examples to it in the coming up semester.
Okay, thanks.
I would have two questions, if I can.
Yes, yeah.
So first, Susanna, thanks for the presentation and the overview of micro-credentials. Also, I think it clarifies a lot of what micro-credentials are. And then, of course, also thanks for mentioning the digital transformation micro-credentials, which we operate here in the Innovation Well Institute. But that were my two questions. So the two questions are around international participation. So is it feasible that also particular, for example, for the digital transformation one, that we have international participation and they come for a short time to Ireland for a day or so. And then you mentioned there's a lot of online material. So the feasibility for international participation. And the second question is, so what would an organization do? Who would they contact if they really, like organization, a department or public sector or a company would like to bring a number of candidate students, participants to a micro-credential? So would they contact you? What would they do about it if they really see the need for digital transformation, would like to avail of the course, but have a number of participants in the organization and would discuss that further? Would that be you to start contacting?
Thank you, Marcus. I'll start with the first question. So in terms of international participation, it's possible. One of the caveats of micro-credentials, and this is kind of part of Department of Justice regulation, is that while international participation in micro-credentials is certainly possible, but unfortunately, what doesn't seem to be possible is that the person wouldn't get a visa just based on the attendance for the micro-credential. So say if the person is from a country where with which Ireland has a visa requirement, undertaking a short part-time course wouldn't qualify them for a visa. So if the person is already in Ireland or they be coming to Ireland, but they have a different type of visa, that they can legally stay in Ireland for that period, it will be possible, but they wouldn't get like a study visa for being able to stay in Ireland just based on being admitted to a micro-credential. So that's the first question. And in terms of the second, so I think that it kind of depends on who they contact. I suppose it can very much depend on the company and whether it has an existing relationship with the university. Because what we do see is a mix, really. Some of them do come to the micro-credentials office in the sense that we do have a micro-credentials email, and we're out on social media through the graduate studies channels, and there's also the microcreds.ie national portal where the university has a profile page, and all of our micro-credentials featured there, including the digital transformation one. So if somebody, and we specifically say that we're open to group arrangements for companies, so they may contact us through those channels. But if they already have a relationship with you, we also see that they very well might come to you directly and say, we would like to send, say, 10 people to your micro-credential. Would that be possible? And certainly it is absolutely possible. We can work with that.
Can I ask? Yeah, just on the last question and answer. So you were saying that of course when you work with organization, also you try to tailor the micro-credential course to their needs. But of course, it's also a matter of trade-off. For example, digital transformation. Maybe they know they have some needs, but also they need some guidance in what they need, because maybe they don't know exactly how this is why they come to you. So that when some kind of organization approaches university, whoever they have to approach, so how can you best guide them, try to find what are their needs, but also kind of to lead them to understand what is the best program that you could create for them?
Absolutely, it's a really valid point, and thank you for the question, Marco. One of the ways, and I didn't spend too much time discussing that, but the co-design piece is really through that, the co-design and co-development phase, and through discussions and potentially meetings and workshops with the company or with the industry representatives that we do this, that there is of course a trade-off in terms of the course that we're designing, developing, and will be delivering would have to be something that works for the industry and for the company, but also for the university as well. And it is indeed the co-design piece is where these conversations are happening to make sure that what we're designing is actually really provides the knowledge piece, the knowledge element, and we can then really tailor through these conversations, we can then make sure that we're meeting halfway, that what we're developing is really something that is a really quality assured and industry up-to-date learning. And it is really through that kind of working together collaborative piece and those open conversations that this can really happen, because of course there is the academic knowledge piece that is really important, but also the practical pieces and the assessment can also be a really great way to tailor and provide that guidance to tailor the content, to make sure that what the mini projects or the assessments that the learners are doing are pieces that are really relevant for their journey. Say, for example, they could really come up with the mini projects or the topics for the assessments that they're doing, to make sure that that can be one of the really tailored pieces.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think we're just out of time, guys. So thank you very much, Susanna. I don't know if there is any more questions, but you can get in touch with us here at IVI or with Susanna if you do. And there's just our details of how to keep in touch with us on LinkedIn and our website. And just to share with you, our coffee talks are every fortnight, so we'll be back on Thursday, the 5th of October. Next Thursday, the 28th, we'll have our data value webinar. So to register or to find out information, please contact us or visit our website. And thank you again, Susanna, very much, and for everyone for joining today's coffee talk.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for the questions.
Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.